This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Luke chapter 12 verse 2 is I want to play this video that I saw on social media where it describes the creation of the statehood of the JJs, but it also shows the link to Agenda 21 regarding the Gaza Strip and those so-called Palestinians, okay? Because everything that's happening to them is a template or is a beta test of what the elites want for their global governance, their Agenda 21, Agenda 30, all right, which is just code word for New World Order. So I'm gonna play this video. Again, we're not pro these so-called Palestinians, and we're damn sure not pro these so-called JJs. All right, these JJs, which these JJs are the descendants of Esau, Edom. All right, more specifically Amalek, which came out of the loins of Esau, Edom, okay, that line. And these so-called Palestinians, they come from the loins of Ishmael, all right? Okay, so this whole notion that they're trying to be the Philistines, whatever doctrine that is, that's a bold-faced lie. First of all, the original Philistines come out of the loins of Ham, technically Mizraim, okay? In fact, I got it. I was looking into that. Where is it at? Where's the yeah, right here. Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 15. Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because the Philistines have dealt by revenge and have taken vengeance with a despiteful heart to destroy it for the old hatred. Right. This is how the old hatred towards who? Us, the Israelites. Because they couldn't stand us from the beginning since we came into that land. All right, because if you go to an ancient map, ancient 12 tribes of Israel, right? Just a map. Okay, this should be a good one. Right, you see, Philistia. So they couldn't stand that we were there. We kicked out those Canaanites that also came out of the Hamites, Ham. Okay, and Philistia. All right, they were highly irritated that we were there. All right, so they always couldn't stand us. Okay, but when you go into the word, let me go back into the word Philistines. Okay, check this out. The Hebrew word is palashataya, and it means immigrants, inhabitant of Philistia, descendants of Mizraim, right? Which were the Egyptians who immigrated from Kaftir to the western seacoast of Canaan, right? Because again, the Canaanites had their territory, all right? And the Lord used us, all right? He used Joshua and his mighty men, all right, to kick them out the land. Kick mainly the Canaanites out the land, but the Philistines were still there on the coast, all right? So again, you Arabs, you're nowhere to be found. In fact, when you go to this map, where is the Ishmael descendants at? All right, I see Ammon, I see Moab, I see Edom, I see Amalek. Where y'all at? All right. So again, we're not pro these Arabs. We don't give a damn. But I want to bring out again that hey, Esau, Edom, and these international bankers, okay, as well as these heathens that have compromised, all right, their own people for money and power, all right. They're actually testing the NWO, okay, right now. Certain certain policies they're able to implement because of this whole situation. So let me play this video and we'll get into some more scriptures and articles, and then I'm going to focus on the financial realm of what's going on in that region, because crypto is being heavily used in that region on both sides. That's right. So let's play this video.
The history of the creation of Israel is that it was created by Rothschild, which is a globalist banker. The Balfour Declaration was signed to him 75 years ago. And I think if you look at the way that Palestinians live, in the West Bank, for example, where they don't have citizenship for any country, they're treated like slaves and ethnically cleansed. They have sections like A, B, C, and they have to have permits to move between sections. And in Gaza as well, they have like a prison camp where there's actually machine guns that are automated, like robotic machine guns that are run by AI that prevent anyone from Gaza from actually exiting. So essentially what I'm trying to say here is that this is the experiment for the Agenda 21, for the climate change, climate lockdowns that we're going to get, all of the permits that require movement. If you look at what's happening to Palestinians right now, they are the template for what they're going to put onto the rest of the world. And that's why it's so important for the freedom movement to support freeing Palestine and to investigate the history of Israel and why the US and all of these global empires support it, and why it has basically destroyed Middle Eastern Christianity and is bombing churches right this minute.
There you go. All right. So she pretty much laid out, okay, what the agenda is. All right. Total control, total surveillance. All right. You can't go into this place without a permit, without a device in you. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's in a war-torn country. Okay. There's no property rights. All right. And so this is what Esau has for the world. Okay. This is his NWO agenda. That's why, again, let me get this scripture. Then I'm going to go back to Luke chapter 12, verse 2, because, everything is being revealed because we're in a time of the revealing. But let me get 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. This is a conspiracy. They're using this conflict to really test out their NWO. All right. Agenda 21, Agenda 30. Those are the code words. Okay. They're testing it out as we speak. All right. There's a lot of things happening when it comes to global governance. All right. And in these war-torn countries, they're able to experiment how to be able to control the flow of people moving, how to isolate them. All right. How to putting heavy surveillance on them. My brother Zakaria from my camp, he said they were put, there's an article that he showed me. Okay. And he was bringing it out because I wasn't able to read it. He was just reading it for me when we on our way to camp. He was showing me how they were using wristbands to identify people, okay? Tracking them, okay? And, this is Esau just slowly but surely pushing in, all right, that what he always wants. He wants to be able to have total control. And eventually that chip, that mark of the beast, the only key thing, he's got to get cash out. So how easy to get cash out? Have a war. Have a war-torn country where cash is hard to obtain when banks are down, okay? Buildings are destroyed, okay? And that's why what you're seeing now, more and more articles about how crypto is playing a major role on both sides of the conflict, whether it be this one article right here, Um, the Israel war, the JJ war, prompts crypto firms, including Fireblocks, Market Across, to start aid fund. Right. So they're using cryptocurrency to have donations. Okay. Now, when you keep reading it, it gets even interesting. It says crypto and Web3 communities in the JJ statehood said Monday they have established crypto aid JJ funds to raise funds for JJ citizens who have been displaced and need of humanitarian aid due to the outbreak of war with Hamas. Right. And vice versa. Now, of course, in this article, which I want to read this article because at first it sounds like these senators, okay, on the outward is like, oh, we need to have an investigation of all the crypto that's being used by Hamas. But it's very interesting how later on in this article, what the CIA says about it, okay? And that's why you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. This whole crypto stuff is essential, all right, to get everybody out of cash so they can easily push the mark of the beast, all right? And how interesting, it's well needed in the time of crisis and conflict, okay? So when there is a shutdown again due to climate change, all right, which it's looking like that's what the next shutdown is going to be, all right? Real quickly, Agenda 21, right, is a non-binding action plan of the United Nations with regard to sustainable development. It is a product of the Earth Summit, right, for the environment, okay? And, right, that's why they have in 2015 Agenda 2030, which is again also known as the Sustainable Development Goals, was a set of goals decided upon at the United Sustainable Development Summit in 2015. It takes all the goals set by Agenda 21. So the goals of Agenda 21 don't disappear. Now it's just being added on to. All right. And Agenda 21 came out in 1992. All right. Which George Bush, he passed a bill, all right, to make sure that these policies are implemented in America. Okay. For you red people, red Republicans out there, it's the Democrats that are bringing this agenda. No, Bush Sr. is the one who signed off on this Agenda 21 stuff. Go look it up, all right? For you red people, red team, red party, blue party retards out there, okay? And reasserts them as the basis for sustainable development, saying, we reaffirm all the principles of the Rio Declaration on Environment and Development, okay? So this is, the agenda never left. They're just, they're just adding on. And, of course, the pandemic really pushed them to push their agenda harder, stronger. And that's why, have you noticed now, okay, this whole blockchain crypto is being just pushed onto the masses, okay? And it's not going away, brothers and sisters. It's not going away. It's needed to, okay, get everyone out of cash. All right, that's the ultimate goal. So and that's why they're gonna want war and civil unrest and civil war and bank shutdowns, all right? So that people will have to be prone to use their phone to buy and sell, okay? Which they're doing now. So, hey, we're getting close to that chip, all right? But all right, so let me get to this article. So you could read, where they're, at first the senators, they just want to know what's crypto's role in the whole recent, attacks on the statehood of the JJs. But check this out. It's very interesting. It says Hamas, which controls the Palestinian territory of the Gaza Strip, has used crypto as a fundraising tool since 2019. But analysts who track the group are now pushing back against assertions that crypto is playing a large role in the unfolding crisis in JJ and Palestine, or the financial technology poses greater threats to safety than the other forms of banking. Quote, crypto makes up a very, very small part of a much larger fundraising picture when it comes to Hamas. Right. First of all, again, this crypto stuff is on a blockchain ledger. It can be seen by anyone, including the governments. That's why they're pushing it so much, and they're passing laws to regulate it, not to ban it, to regulate it. All right? Since violence broke out in the JJ on October 7th, only a relatively small amount of cryptocurrency has been raised by Hamas or groups that support the organizations per Red Board. TRM, like law enforcement agencies around the globe, tracks and analyzes data from potentially crime-affiliated digital wallets on blockchains, public immutable ledgers that record crypto transaction. This transparency often makes it easier for law enforcement to identify wallets and get centralized crypto exchanges. Crypto exchanges, those are your new banks, okay? And the central bankers, the international bankers are behind it, okay? These exchanges like Coinbase and Crypto.com and Uphold are necessary to track movements of where the money's being spent and what time is being spent, and most importantly, where it's being used. Okay? Because why? It's centralized crypto exchange. It's centralized to freeze funds that it is for them to monitor and control traditional banking accounts. In recent years, American and JJ officials have seized funds in hundreds of crypto wallets associated with Hamas. Right. They love this stuff. The JJs love this stuff. And again, the JJs are using it, all right, for donations. Indeed, former CIA Director Michael Morrell previously called Bitcoin a boon for surveillance that should be embraced by governments around the world. Boom. This technology is perpetrated. They need it. And they're using these wars to use it. And everybody is having no choice but to use this technology if they want to continue commerce in their war-torn countries. See, that's how Esau's going to get the masses to take that chip, because they're going to have no choice. They've been so using this technology, and they haven't been using cash because cash is obsolete, that they're going to have no choice but to take it. Okay? This is why you cannot be ignorant to Satan's devices. I just find it very interesting that the former CIA director said, boon for surveillance. Boon for surveillance. And it's being tested right now in the Gaza by these imposters, okay? Both by these fake JJs and these fake Palestinians, if they want to call themselves the Philistines, okay? And by the way, that word Palestine or Palestinia, that was set up by the Greeks and the Romans. The Edomites put that label on that territory, okay? That's worth a Google. In fact, here it is. This is from the Greek Reporter. You can read this, all right? It explains it, breaks it down into great detail, okay? That's why you got to study the show thyself approved, so you're not saying false information, okay? But you know what? Hey, the Lord's going to break all this, because this is the means to an end. Yeah, do what you got to do. Get this chip system set up, ready to go, all right, so that the Lord can stop you in your tracks, all right? Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine anything? Right, this is Agenda 21, Agenda 30, surveillance, total control, right? NWO goals, right? One world government, one world cashless currency, one world central bank, one world. All this is pretty much happening, except for the cashless. This is the only thing they're working on, all right? And the national sovereignty. Yeah, I mean, these Palestinians, so-called Palestinians, they have no sovereignty. Shit, they're being moved to different regions. Go here before we bomb you. Okay, gotta go. All right? Shit, you clowns here in America. You ever heard of the word eminent domain? Asset forfeiture? Okay? Eminent domain, that's just a dirty word to, hey, we're taking over this land for the greater good. The end of all privately owned property, right? Asset forfeiture. Oh, we believe this money is being used for illicit drugs. We're just going to take it. There's actually certain states that the police officers can take any money that you have, okay, in your vehicle if they think that it's for illegal activities. Yeah, that's worth a Google. The end of the family unit, LGBTQ lifestyle, and in that land, which is our homeland, that's all they push, okay? So they think they got it. This is their conspiracy, that one world, agenda, but it's a vain thing. That's what the Lord said. This is a vain thing, all right? Psalm chapter 2, verse 2, the kings that are set themselves and rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, verse 3, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Right, and that's ultimately what the goal is, to erase the Lord, erase his creation, erase, okay, what he has done for the earth, for the people, for his people, okay, and what he has done on this earth, all right? They want to blot out the Lord's name, okay? And they have to blot out us, because we're the only ones bringing out this truth, all right? Bringing out the words of the Lord and bringing out his holy name, all right? His righteous name. 4. He that sitteth in heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Right. All right. In a trick bag. All right. That's why the scriptures say in Job chapter 12, verse 16, the deceiver and deceiver are his. 5. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in a sword of pleasure. Right. Because ultimately they're going to be destroyed with fire. That's why all this is going to brew to World War III. All right. We just got to wait for that chip. We're not getting out of here until that chip is made mandatory. But brothers and sisters, look what they're doing in the Gaza Strip. All right. They're literally implementing in that template to get everybody ready for that chip. All right, they're really beta testing it. It's very interesting what's going on there, especially in regards to crypto and with the whole surveillance. Okay, Agenda 21, Agenda 30. It's very interesting. Okay, last one, and I'll bring this, and I'll close out with this. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprises. You see that? See, this is just a means to the end, Esau's got to do certain things, all right, to fulfill prophecy. But at the end, the Lord is going to disappoint him. He's not going to get his NWO that he thinks he's going to get, all right? He's only going to be given so much just so that he thinks he's about to fill his belly, all right? And that's that chip. Once the chip is made mandatory, that's it. All right. 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of fools carried headlong. Right. There you go. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of fools is carried headlong. Right. So the Lord has got them in a trick bag. Okay. 14. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. Right. They're totally blind, man. They're just walking to the tune of prophecy. 15. But he saveth the poor from the sword and from their mouth and from the hand of the mighty. Right. Because the Lord is going to protect his elect. All right. Yeah, it's going to be harsh. But guess what? Just trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. When the civil war kicks off and, shit starts happening, when it gets a little bit, all right, rough, it gets a little bit, the tensions are high. Hey, just trust in the Lord, call upon his name, and he's going to guide you. All right. This has to happen. It needs to happen. We got to get up out of here, man. You want to continue eating poison food? You want to continue breathing in poison air? You want to continue to see your children get snatched away from you because of your living conditions? All right? And I'm going to keep mentioning that. So all these clowns talking about we're in the new covenant. I was about to drop the F-bomb because it's asinine to say some shit like that. How can you be in a new covenant when Esau Edom can just snatch you away from your children on the guise of your poverty and claim that's maltreatment, okay? Job chapter 5, verse 16. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Right, and who are the poor? The Israelites, all right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, all right? We're the poor. So Lord willing is thus edifying. Thought this was very interesting, what she brought out, the whole surveillance, the whole, tracking, okay? And then, of course, what crypto's being used in all this. So, hey, it's getting, again, Agenda 21, Agenda 30, that NWO, all right, agenda. It's still in play, and they're using it as we speak over there in Gaza. So, Lord willing, us edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. As you can see, we're almost out of here. All right? A lot of things are happening regarding, prophecy. You just got to be vigilant, stay patient. Hey, things are happening. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying when you pray for each other. Cover shalom and abad ball shalom.